Hi, folks. So today's video is about how emotional work is a skill. It isn't something that some people are born with and some people are not. The capacity to do emotional work is something that is learned and often conditioned, even. In our early life, if we were around parents who didn't express their anger, didn't express their sadness, we would learn from them. Is it okay to express sadness and anger? Well, mom and dad don't. And after a certain age, I'm going to start to notice that. Or say, maybe they express all the emotions, but in really unhealthy ways. Dad gets really angry, throws things around, and he drinks. Mom cries and feels hurt and hides in her room. And maybe she's starting to take pills. What are we learning? We're learning that emotions, dangerous. Emotions are toxic and painful things. And as we learn that, we would naturally learn to push away our own emotions, which would be our own capacity even to feel and to sense. We all know we've heard of it that people who don't have access to the kind of pain that they have never experienced suffering, they don't really know how to be with their own suffering, also don't really know how and don't have the capacity to feel beauty of life, openness of life. So, why is this? Well, because you cannot numb one part of yourself without numbing the whole of yourself. You can't shut down your sadness without losing a capacity to relate to people when you feel sad and hurt, except by smiling, being happy, pretending to not have this part of me here. And how am I going to feel in connection with you when this whole part of me is hidden from view? You're not going to be able to connect to me. And I'm not going to even feel, even if I manage to, have a positive, poppy conversation, there's going to be some part of me, unconscious perhaps, but some part of me that feels like you don't really know me. I'm here with you. I, I really want intimacy, but you're not going to really know who I am. You're not going to want to connect to me. And that might be fine for 90% of our relationships, but at some point, somewhere in our life, we're going to want to have closeness with another human being, probably. If I have repressed my anger and I pushed it down and I don't feel angry, I never get angry. I mean, I'm just a happy guy. I just don't get angry because dad was angry and mom was angry and they dominated everything. And I don't want to be like them. I will hide my power. I will hide my anger and I'll be real nice with you and you can disrespect me and I just say, oh well, you didn't mean to do that. It'll be different next time. Or if you really hurt me, if you make me really angry because of the way you're treating me, I'll just see you as one of those people who I don't want to be around and I'll just hang out with my friends. We're okay. I just gonna hang out with these guys instead. Or you want to connect with me? Well, I guess I will anyway. We start to people please. We avoid hard conversations. We don't say when we're upset. We don't express it. What's that going to be like in relationship? We're going to feel walked on. We're going to feel like a victim, even though we are, in fact, perpetrating our own victimhood by not stepping into our power. Intimacy and power. If we cannot express our sadness and our vulnerability, if we cannot feel it and be connected to it, our capacity for intimacy is going to be pretty blunted. If we cannot express our anger and our power, we're not going to have our capacity to say no, to have a boundary, to stand up for ourselves, to charge forward into something that is we want. We're not going to have our full strength with us. So just in these two examples of anger and sadness, vulnerable emotions that we could repress, what's the skill here? The skill is that what was learned, what was conditioned, can be unlearned by new learning, by new skills, by practice, by consistent meeting of feelings inside, of expression, of anger, of sadness. Now, a lot of people will go at this point and be like, I don't want to actually express my anger. I don't really want to actually be one of those sloppy, sad people. They're weak. You know, whatever projections come up for you or fear comes up for you, just take note of that. Feel it. Have a sense, oh, any resistance to expressing all of your anger and sadness, just take a note. What is that like in your system? What is it saying to you? If that feeling could speak, what would it say? Get intimate. Notice what that's like. And what you will find after some time of noticing it is it's familiar. It's not the first time that reactions ever come up in you. And are the words that said, I don't want to express that. I'm scared of it. I don't like it. Are those words, are those words the first thought you had when I said, you could be angry too? The words that show up, the thoughts that show up are old conditioning. And just in this simple example, you just became more conscious of an old conditioned pattern that says, I don't want to get angry. You might be here now, you might be like, no, I really don't. Actually, I just know myself. I don't really want to get into that. That's not what I'm interested in. Cool. But if you tune in and you ask yourself, I don't feel any fear at all about this. I have no fear of this. Notice what happens. Do you sense? Are you afraid? Is there fear about being angry? Is there fear about being sad? How do you notice that in your own experience? What tells you that? Now, if when I first said, you could be angry too, you went, oh God, no, that's scary for me, then that means you don't have that much repression from your fear. You could sense, oh, no, I don't like that. That's scary. Immediately, there was a sense of how you felt. But if you went, no, I don't want to do that, or that's bad, or thoughts about how these are the things that would happen if I was like that, all of that stuff, the mind stuff, is all hiding under the fear. It's protecting us from the fear. So, just in this little example, if any of this is true for you, just see what you recognized. I'm not avoiding uh, expressing my anger because it's the wrong thing to do. I'm avoiding it because I believe if I do that wrong thing, horrible things will happen, and I'm scared to feel that. I don't want to feel that. So you note all of this morass, all of the stuff on the top, it's just an avoidance of feeling something. Feeling emotional work is a skill, can be developed. In this small little video, you may have just become more conscious of a part of yourself that says, I don't really want to express something. I'm scared to be angry, even if I don't have my power, even if I can't express my vulnerability and my hurt. I don't want to. I can't go there. It's weakness. It's stupid. I don't like that. People who are sad all the time, they're just acting like victims. Whatever it is for you, on the surface, in the mind, whatever the mind tells you, ask it this question. If I never express my anger, if I never express my sadness, will it go away? Will it cease to exist? If it doesn't just disappear, what is it doing? If this question makes you curious, I'm here to tell you, emotional work is a skill, it can be learned. it it can be graceful. It can be incredibly rewarding. It can develop a capacity for intimacy and an ability to stand in your power. And I'll just say, I'm going to share a video of my own story and my own experience with growing up the way that I did and having zero skill, no capacity at all to stay with anything. And I've changed a lot. And so can you. So if this is interesting to you, watch that video, keep checking out my content, get curious about what it's like just to be with yourself, feel your body, go for a walk. Don't make it hard on yourself. Make it easy. It's a skill. Skill skills make ease. A really good pizza maker makes making pizza look really easy. It took him a long time to learn that skill, but it gets easier. Make pizza.